What's happening? It's your boy SleazyWorld Go, and I just jumped off the porch with dirty glove bastards. Let's get it.
If we speaking about who died the most, the ops know they the who's. Hit what's the name in a backpack, we chase his ass out to school.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. We right back at it, y'all. We got SleazyWorld Go jumping off the porch with us today. What's up, bro?
What's happening?
Man, coolin', man. Appreciate you pulling back up on us, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Blessing the porch again.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah, man. So the first time when you was on the porch, bro, it was an interesting time because, you know, your song, Sleazy Flow had like really just started, not even just started. I mean, it had, you know, blew up around that time. We was coming out of the pandemic and everything. So it was just an interesting time, man. How much has changed, you know, since, you know, that time when you was last on the porch?
Shit, a lot. I feel like that was a minute ago.
Yeah.
I done got hella plaques since then. Sleazy Flow, that shit 3 times platinum. Step 1, that shit gold.
Yeah.
And then off the court, me and Polo G finna be gold. So by the time, next time I look up, that shit gonna be gold.
Yeah.
I just dropped my album. I went on tour with Offset. I made XXL. It's just been so much shit going on.
Yeah, nah, for sure, for sure. Just a crazy whirlwind. Did you imagine that it would be on the trajectory that it's on, even then when you was, you know, when all that heat was, you know, happening around the song?
Nah, for sure. I feel like in a moment, I was just really like taking it in. Everything felt fake, you know. So yeah, I feel like now I'm adjusted to it. So
yeah.
Nah,
that's what's up, man. And have you had like any of those like welcome to the music industry moments yet? You know what I mean? Like where, you know, like it's always like something, whether it's shocking or it could be, you know what I mean, just something that's just like, damn, okay, like, all right, this is really the music business. You know what I mean?
I feel like that shit happened when I first started, like, cause me coming from nothing and just being in my city ain't really seeing nothing. Besides that, to me, like traveling around the whole world, black trucks, hotel rooms, doing shows, picking up 20, 30,000. Like, that's when I realized, like, okay, you in this shit for real, you know what I'm saying? Fans coming, like, just so much shit going on with that.
Yeah.
That's when I realized, like, yeah, you in it.
Word, that's what's up, man. And does that ever get normal? Like, you know, does that everyday life, you know, fans coming up to you, you know, people knowing the words to your songs, like, does that stuff ever get normal?
I don't feel like it get normal, but you kind of get used to it. Like you get used to being able to like handle yourself in them situations, because sometimes that shit can be like overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know, but like I love my fans, so I always try to make sure, you know, I show them love and shit. Even if I'm tired or even if I don't really feel like taking a push, I still do the shit, because it's like these is the people that put me in the position I'm in today. So it's like, what is the little picture, you know?
Yeah, nah, for sure, for sure. I mean, that's difficult. Like, the fans have to have an understanding that you as an artist, you know, you a human being, but then at the same time, like you just said, like having that appreciation, knowing that without the fans, you wouldn't even be in the position, you know, that you in.
Nah, that's a fact.
Yeah. So what was it like being on tour with Offset?
That shit was crazy. That shit was fun as hell, I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited to go on tour again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to just touch my fans. Like normally I'm seeing them commenting on posts and shit like that, showing me love, tagging me and shit, but like in person, that shit totally different, you know? So it's like, damn, these motherfuckers really love me.
Yeah, because it's a total different vibe from, okay, like some go viral on TikTok or, all right, a video trending on YouTube, but then when you really in the city, like face to face with folks and seeing their reaction and hearing, you know, like the love they got for you, like what kind of feeling is that?
Shit, it's a good feeling. I mean, I feel like when motherfuckers show you love, it just feel good. It just feel good to like receive love. So it's like, imagine that on a higher level, you know, you receiving love from so many people, you know, so much attention from so many people, so much appreciation from so many people, you know, and they admire you. So it's just like, damn, the shit I made impacted them that much. that shit dope.
Yeah, nah, for real. And, you know, we talked about this in your last interview that, you know, even, you know, before that interview, you had done some time. You did a couple of years.
Yeah.
You know, when you were sitting behind the wall, could you ever see what's happening right now? Could you see that back then? Were you like manifesting that during that time?
I feel like I was manifested. I couldn't see that shit though.
Yeah.
I couldn't see that shit. I was hoping for that shit. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't see this shit. You can't see this type of shit.
Yeah.
You know? That's like me asking you, can you, like, say 5 years from now you become a billionaire. You ain't seeing that shit right now.
Right. That's
but it's
real.
possible, you know?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. You dream of it and want it, but like the reality of, I mean,
you can't picture that shit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even just with Off the Porch, I mean, shit, if you know, 4 or 5 years ago, you know, I wouldn't have thought that it'd be, you know what I'm saying, like where it's at right now.
Yeah, because shit changed like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 3, 4 years ago, I was just in the hood. I ain't even have it was hard to have $1,000 in my pocket, let alone a 10 ball.
Yeah.
So it's like, now I'm here. But when I was in that position, I'm like, man, I'd do anything to have that, you know? So,
for sure.
yeah.
Man, can you speak on your evolution as an artist, you know, coming from your last project into this new album that you just released, More Than a Shooter?
It's just a lot of growth. I feel like I've been through so much shit within them years, that time frame. So like, it was a 2-year difference. Like the last time I dropped Where the Shooters Be, that shit was 2 years ago. So I went through so much in that shit. I done lost people. I done fell out with motherfuckers. I done, you know, it was ups and downs. Been through heartbreaks, been through so much shit where it's like, with this album, I put all that shit in there and it just made me to a better artist. I feel like God don't put you through shit that you can't handle, and it's a meaning behind all that shit. So even when you in your hard times, just know like it's a meaning behind this shit, like, you know.
Word. And with the title, More Than a Shooter, can you explain or just take us through that? Like, what's the vibe of that, and why'd you title it that?
Cause I feel like me, I'm a conservative person. A lot of motherfuckers don't really know too much about me. I don't really talk too much. I don't do too much on social media. I really stay to myself. I don't really fuck with a lot of motherfuckers that's in the business. So it's like you don't really see Sleazy everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a big mystery. And I feel like motherfuckers just judge me off of what they see on social media. And looking at my pages, my videos, that's what you gonna look at me as. Like, oh, this nigga just a gangbanger, a wild young nigga, he's stupid, a shooter, this and that. So I wanted to kind of like open up a little bit more and show that I was more than that, you know. And it's kind of motivation for the young niggas that's coming up under me, because I was in the hood and I really felt like this is all I was, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I was either gonna go to jail or, you know what I'm saying, die and shit, because that's what I seen going around me. So it's like, you more than that shit. You can be more than that shit. And I'm like living proof. I'm real life living proof. You know what I'm saying? You can make it out of that shit no matter where you come from. So yeah.
No, it's real. I mean, the statement like product of your own environment can be so real because, like you said, if you've only seen one thing, how can you even know, you know, about the other sides of life, or you know what I mean? Things like that.
Nah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that shit it fuck you up mentally. I feel like that shit, it brainwash you to a certain extent, especially like the shit you see, the shit motherfuckers tell you. It can be your family members, your mama, your daddy telling you like you ain't gonna be shit, you whoop whoop whoop, just cause they mad or they ain't become nothing. So it's like that shit'll like mold a young nigga to really thinking like this is how he gonna be.
Yeah.
I feel like I broke that curse, you know, and I'm grateful for that shit because no telling where I'd be if I didn't do that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, breaking the generational curses is so important, so difficult to do though. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure.
You got real personal on this project. Songs like Ole Ole, Depression 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you was like really just touching on like personal issues and you know things like that. Why'd you feel it was so important to tap into more personal things and get more into depth, you know, on this?
Cause I had to look at that shit like, man, you got to think about it. it ain't too many people that made it where I'm from. So like, I was born in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Ain't no artist ever came out that bitch.
Yeah.
I was raised in Kansas City, Missouri. The only other artist that ever made it somewhere out that bitch was Tech Nine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the odds of me making it, I feel like it was a bigger meaning to that shit where it's like I had to, like I made it for a reason. So it's like, I used to think that type of way. I made it so I can show the younger niggas, like the motherfuckers that's probably feeling the same way, in poverty right now, in prison, in the hood, they broke, they hustling, they doing this shit, feeling like I ain't gonna be shit but this, the circumstances that I'm in. I feel like I was the sacrifice to make it, to show you can. So it's like now I gotta like let them know. I gotta put this shit out there. I gotta put my story out there because it's niggas that's going through depression right now. It's niggas that's going through all that type of shit that I'm talking about in them new songs and shit. So it's like I gotta put that shit out there because niggas need to hear that shit. You feel me?
Nah, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. How do you cope with depression, or you know what I mean, deal with some of the hardships that just come with, you know, the career, life, things like that? How do you keep yourself in a positive vibration?
I feel like can't shit help you in this world but God. Like that's like the last person, that's like the last answer. You can try anything in this motherfucking world. You can try to drink, you can try to fuck, you can try to do whatever. That shit ain't gonna help you. The only thing that can help you is God. I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah.
And I had to like realize that shit. Like I didn't try to do this shit on my own. I didn't try to, money can't save you, money can't help you. You just gotta turn to God. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he gonna help you through whatever.
Word.
Yeah.
What would you say sparked like this new way of thinking for you?
Probably when I was in prison. When I was in prison, that's when I really start like, that's when I started thinking like that. But I never been a dumb young nigga. Like, even though I was into that shit hellas, I never been a dumb young nigga. I always been super smart. I always like paid attention to my environment. Like, I'm super observant. So it's like I used to watch a lot of motherfuckers make mistakes. So it's like I won't make the same mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I end up going to jail and shit. But nah, I always thought like that. I always thought different.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I'm so hard with music, because I think different. I look at shit differently. So it's like, yeah.
Word. And how much does fatherhood play a factor into, you know, your mindset and just how you move and, you know, and even the messages that you try to, you know, put out there?
Shit, I feel like fatherhood was the best thing that happened to me. No cap. I feel like before I had my kids, I said this shit before, I was in a dark place where it's like I just didn't give a fuck about nothing. Like it was a void in my heart, and I feel like they filled that shit up, you know, with love. Like I ain't had love in my heart before my kids came. So yeah.
Word. And what's like some of the, what would you say is like one of the life lessons or one of the like, you know, major things that you try to teach your kids, you know, to make sure that they live with?
I really just show my kids a lot of love, man. I love on them so much to show them, to let them know like that they love, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, cause I ain't had that. I feel like I had it from my mama, but I ain't have it from my daddy.
Yeah.
So it's like, I show it to them and let them know, like, yo, daddy gonna be here through every step of the way. Like everything you go through, I'm gonna be there.
Word. Now it's so important because for a lot of us, our only interaction with like an authoritative male figure is dealing with the police.
Nah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? So it's like, for a lot of us, we've been raised by our mamas, aunties, you know, grandmama, you know, stuff like that. But then when it come to dealing with a man and any type of interaction, we don't know how to do it. That's why a lot of cats crash out and don't even know how to have conversations, you know what I mean? Because anything that turned into, you know, like a controversy or just, you know, not, if the conversation ain't aligned, then it's like, all right, shit, I'm just gonna whoop his ass.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would you say is one of the biggest life lessons that you learned?
The biggest life lesson that I probably learned, I learned a lot of them motherfuckers. Actually, something that's off the top of my head. I would have to say, I'm trying to figure out a way to put this shit the right way. Biggest life lesson I learned is shit, relationships don't last forever. All relationships don't last forever.
Yeah.
I feel like a real relationship gonna last forever.
Nah, it's real.
But it's a lot of fake relationships that's disguised as real relationships. So it's like that shit'll hit you when that shit like reveal itself. So it's like, yeah, you just gotta be mindful of the people you give your energy to, you know?
Yeah. Nah, that's super important, man. I mean, it's a lot of people, you know, disguised, you know, got smiles on their faces and, you know what I mean, like really looking out to get you on the back end or, you know what I mean, plotting. So.
Yeah, in hard times. I feel like good times, hard times, I feel like none of that shit lasts forever. The only thing that lasts forever is death. So it's like, even if you're going through a rough time right now, like that shit ain't gonna be there forever. That shit can be there for a long time, but it ain't gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna get sunny again, you know?
Nah,
But it's gonna storm again too.
Yeah.
You just gotta prepare yourself for each moment, you know?
Yeah, nah, that's real. Man, somebody said a line that I thought was so real. They said the only thing in life that's inevitable is change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's always gonna be changed.
yeah.
It's always gonna be changed. Like you see how this shit, like the industry changing, the way we think, the way we like maneuver change. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, like I grew up, it wasn't no internet. Like I grew up when I was like growing up, we didn't have the internet for you know. But when that shit came, you see how fast this shit changed. You know, the internet wasn't even out that long. Look how far this shit changed. You know.
Yeah.
Now AI, that bitch can do anything. That bitch can sound like me right now.
Right.
You feel me?
Do you think AI is gonna ruin the music industry?
Hell nah, I don't think so, because AI can't go through what I went through. AI can't tell you what I went through. AI ain't seen what I saw.
Yeah.
So it's like that shit ain't gonna never be. It ain't gonna never be a real human. They ain't gonna never see life like we see this shit. You know? Yeah, that shit ain't gonna never be the real thing.
Man, jumping back into the music. So your album is executive produced by Turbo.
Yeah.
And he produced a lot of
The records
tracks
on
on there too.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was that vibe like working with him?
That shit was raw. I feel like we connected instantly. And it's like, we connected instantly, man. That shit was raw. He had me open up. I don't really open up for motherfuckers like that, but I kind of like told him my story and shit. What I'm trying to do with this music now, slowly but surely, I want to continue to tell my story because I got a crazy ass story motherfuckers don't know about. So it's like, I told him a little bit of that shit. He just like, man, bro, you got one of the craziest stories. I can't believe you ain't never said nothing about this shit. Niggas is faking like they done went through what you went through. You know what I'm saying? You don't even talk about that shit.
Yeah.
I don't talk about that shit. I feel like I ain't ashamed of that shit, but it's just like, that ain't nothing I want to like teach nobody else, you know? So it's like I try not to glorify that shit because like I don't want to lead nobody down the wrong path, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know what that shit really like about, you know? Yeah.
What's your thoughts about, you know, there's a lot of talk nowadays about lyrics and music content, you know, and all of that. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, people wanting to censor, like, some of the, you know, violent talk in the music and, you know what I mean, even some of the, you know what I mean, shit, sexual content in the music and all that. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't agree to that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like this shit is this art. They ain't telling no movie motherfucker to stop making demonic movies.
Right.
Or stop making movies about this or that. I feel like that's our form of art. A lot of this shit be imagination.
Yeah.
If you ain't got no imagination, you can't be no rapper. Because a lot of the shit we put in these songs and these stories we create half be false and half be real.
Yeah.
And we just paint it into a picture, you know?
Yeah.
You ain't never seen niggas rap about having all of this before they had it.
Oh, for sure.
It happen all the time. Niggas speak that shit into existence. It's
Right.
really about imagination. So it's like, nah, let a motherfucker express the way they feel, how they want to express the way they feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got your song, what is it, Drill Not Dead?
Drill ain't dead.
Yeah. That song go hard too.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah. Can you speak on that?
I feel I made Drill Ain't Dead because it's like you said, where I feel like the world right now, they just super sensitive, and they kind of like shaming people that's even rapping about anything when it got to do with like guns or killing and all of this shit, because of the violence in the world, you know. So they kind of, I feel like they trying to blame the motherfuckers that's rapping about it. But nah, I made Drill Ain't Dead because it's like drill music, it's a sound. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole fucking genre. So it's like, I'm like, Drill Ain't Dead, this shit still hard.
Yeah.
This shit still raw. This shit still one of the ones, you know? Motherfuckers gonna feel that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, word. And you got more melodic on this project too. What made you want to experiment like with different sounds and want to, you know, put that out there?
I feel like it wasn't even an experiment for me because it's like, motherfuckers that follow my journey from the beginning, they know like I've been on that. I've been in that bag.
Yeah.
I feel like the new motherfuckers that discover me, they ain't never heard that side of me. But it's like, I've been in that bag. So like, even when I dropped this project, motherfuckers like, yeah, that's that old Sleazy, because I've been doing that. I've been doing that. I've been doing that type of music. Like, I'm super versatile with my music. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I'm super talented, but I came in the game on some street shit, so that's probably all they expected out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, nah, I'm really an artist. I'm really raw with this shit. The world gonna see that shit though. They gonna see that shit, especially with this project, and like, even after, you know, I feel like I made this project to let them know, like, going forward, this some shit that y'all can expect. You know what I'm saying? They weren't expecting it. You weren't expecting it.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? But that shit hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, now when I drop again, niggas expecting him to drop a real body of work, some real music that's talking about real shit. Yeah, so.
Word. Is there any pressure, you know, to drop another like Sleazy Flow? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there pressure to drop another song with just as much impact, or, you know what I mean?
Nah, it ain't no pressure for me. Like you said, motherfuckers change.
Yeah.
I can't stay in that same lane when the world's changing right in front of my eyes. I'm growing. That's like, you feel me? A motherfucker can't expect me to stay the same person, stay making the same shit. Right. I'm not growing as an artist. And then if I keep making that same song, then they gonna be like, that nigga sound the same on every song. I'm growing as an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make better shit. That shit wasn't nothing compared to the shit I know how to make. That was just the beginning. That was the shit that opened the door.
Yeah.
I ain't got no pressure to make that shit no more. I'm trying to make shit better than that. I'm trying to make shit that's gonna last longer than that. Yeah. I'm trying to make some shit that's gonna last like them old school songs, old school R&B and shit. I want niggas to listen to me 30 years from now, 40 years from now.
Yeah.
You feel me? 30, 40 years from now, you think they gonna be wanting to listen to Sleazy Flow? Hell fuck no. I want niggas to listen to my shit forever.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
I mean, Sleazy Flow kind of influenced, you know, I feel like a lot of, you know,
that's
a lot
a
of
fact.
songs and a lot.
That shit influenced a lot. My whole flow influenced a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I be proud of that shit. A lot of niggas be like, oh, niggas taking my, I don't give a fuck, take that shit. That mean I'm doing something right.
Yeah. No,
I'm influencing shit. I'm creating more motherfuckers that's talented. I'm saving motherfuckers' lives. If my flow can influence another flow for a nigga to make it, go ahead. I just helped another young nigga make it out the hood.
Yeah.
Because I influenced him with my style. So it's like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Yeah. Go ahead.
And as a creative, I'm sure you like, shit, I can go and switch to another style. Y'all can have that, because, you know what I mean, as a creative.
Yeah. And I'm still going to be king of that shit, because
right.
I created it. I'm still going to know how to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm growing, you know? And real life is real life.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, all that cool music and shit cool, but real life hit every day. Every day we going through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? We just got out of pandemic. It's a drought still.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? So it's like real life hitting every day. So I'd rather make some real shit, because I go through real shit. And I know niggas that's going through real shit. I know niggas in jail going through real shit. I know women that's raising their kids on their own that's going through real shit. So I'd rather make that shit that's going to help them out, you know?
Yeah, nah, for sure. You did Sleazy Day and Friends, had a bunch of artists there. What was that like putting on for your city, and, you know what I'm saying, like doing that?
That shit feel good, just to be able to like do something for the town. I love doing shit for my city.
Yeah.
It make me feel good because I ain't never seen nobody do it.
Yeah.
So it's like me being able to do it. I wish a motherfucker would have did that for me growing up. Like, brought a lot of artists out. You know what I'm saying? It's just motivation. It's just showing like, yeah. Think about the young kids that came to that motherfucker. Now in their head, they like, damn, Sleazy made it out the same city we in. He brought a lot of motherfuckers that's gonna give us inspiration. So that shit helps. Yeah.
Nah, for sure. And you being willing to take that on as being like such a new artist, but to take on that responsibility to put on for your city, you know, that's a big deal.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
I want to put on for my race though. It ain't just about my city.
Huh.
Yeah.
Word. Nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. What else you working on, bro? What else you excited about that you got coming up?
Shit, my clothing line. I'm finna drop a clothing brand.
Okay.
I'm excited to announce that shit. I'm definitely going on tour for this album. I'm probably going like a mini tour for this shit.
Yeah.
And just continue to push and work on my next, you know what I'm saying, my next chapter. I feel like that was a chapter in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I introduced that shit to the world, so I'm working on the next one.
Word.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what's up, man. What's been one of the most fulfilling parts of your career so far, bro? Or just your life, you know what I mean?
Shit, being able to take care of my family.
That's what's up.
Make sure they ain't gotta struggle.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's the most important, you know what I mean?
Nah,
that's
for
what
sure.
we all working hard, grinding for. You know what I mean? Nah, that's what's up, man. You got any shout outs? Any shout outs you wanna give?
Shit, shout out my team. Shout out to Toby, she like the GOAT. If y'all don't know her, I don't want y'all to know her.
The secret weapon.
She helped me through a lot, when it comes to this album and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, my mama, cause she brought me her.
Sure.
And shit, shout out to my guys that's locked up, man. Free my brother, free Hundo, free Big Grammy, free Crack, free all of them, free all the members.
Word.
You know it.
Free the guys, man. Appreciate you pulling up, bro. Jumping off the porch with us one more again.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If we speaking about who died the most, the ops know they the who's. Hit what's the name in a backpack, we chase his ass out to school. And she got put on the